The cancelled 3D Mario game for the SNES, often referred to as Super Mario FX or simply the 3D Mario project, has intrigued fans for years, as it was an early exploration into 3D gaming by Nintendo that never made it to the public. Here's a timeline and background on its development. 1. Early ideas and motivation. Early 1990s. During the early 90s, Nintendo began experimenting with 3D graphics on the SNES, particularly inspired by the success of the Super FX chip, used in games like Star Fox. 1993. This chip allowed the SNES to render polygonal graphics, a breakthrough at the time. Nintendo envisioned a 3D Mario game that would bring the series into a new dimension. Shigeru Miyamoto, Mario's creator, was particularly interested in exploring how Mario could work in a 3D space. 2. Development on the SNES, 1992 to 1994 concept phase. Around 1992 or 1993, Miyamoto and a small team began conceptualizing what Mario could look like in a 3D environment. They reportedly used early prototypes that took advantage of the Super FX2 chip. Technical limitations. While the Super FX chip could produce some 3D graphics, the SNES hardware wasn't powerful enough for the type of expansive 3D environments that Miyamoto envisioned. Early prototypes showed promise but also highlighted limitations in frame rate and graphical fidelity. Gameplay challenges. Translating Mario's precise platforming mechanics into a 3D space proved challenging. The team experimented with control schemes and camera angles but found it hard to achieve the polish they wanted. 3. Project hiatus and shift to new hardware. 1994 to 1995. Nintendo recognized that the 3D Mario game could not be fully realized on the SNES, even with the Super FX chip's help. At this time, the company was also deep into developing its next-generation console, the Nintendo 64, which would be more capable of handling 3D environments. The project was effectively put on hold for the SNES as Nintendo decided to move their 3D ambitions to the N64. 4. Transition to Super Mario 64. 1995 to 1996. By 1995, Nintendo had started full development of Super Mario 64 for the N64. Many ideas from the cancelled SNES project influenced Super Mario 64, including free-form movement and 3D space, an analog stick control system, and a dynamic camera. Super Mario 64 was eventually released in 1996. Marking a revolutionary leap in 3D platforming and becoming one of the most influential games in history. Legacy and impact. Although the SNES project was never released, its development laid the groundwork for Super Mario 64 and 3D platforming as a genre. The SNES 3D Mario concept has become a topic of interest among fans and historians as an example of Nintendo's ambition to push technological boundaries. Nintendo has never released any official footage or screenshots of the cancelled 3D Mario game, leaving much about the project shrouded in mystery. However, it remains a fascinating what-if in gaming history. 4.